Many parents allow more screen time because it says educational. The video teaches colors, the app teaches numbers, the toy sings the alphabet, the tablet says, "Great job." And in that moment, a tired parent thinks, at least this is helping them learn. But here is the uncomfortable question. What if the word educational makes us lower our guard? What if some products are not really helping children learn as much as they are helping parents feel less guilty? This is not about blaming parents. Most parents who buy learning toys or allow educational screen time are not being lazy. They are trying to give their child a head start. They want to support speech, intelligence, school readiness, creativity, and confidence. And that is exactly why the word educational is so powerful. It speaks directly to parent love. It says, this is not just entertainment. This is brain development. This is preparation. This is good parenting.
But child development is more complicated than a label on a box or an app store description. A toy can say letters, a screen can show numbers, a video can name animals. But real learning in young children is not just hearing information. It is interaction. It is movement. It is repetition. It is touching, testing, pretending, asking, copying, failing, trying again, and connecting with another person. That is the part many educational products leave out. A child may watch a video where a cheerful voice says, "This is a triangle." But when a child picks up a block, turns it in their hand, tries to balance it, drops it, laughs, stacks it again, and hears a parent say, "You found the triangle block. It has 3 sides. Let's see if it fits here." Something much richer is happening. The child is not just hearing a fact. They are using their eyes, hands, attention, memory, emotions, and relationship at the same time. That is the kind of learning young brains are built for. And this is where the educational trap begins, because many products give the appearance of learning. They use letters, they use numbers, they use bright colors, they use cheerful praise, they use words like STEM, brain boosting, school readiness, Montessori-inspired, or language development. But the question is not, does this product contain educational content? The better question is, what is my child actually doing while using it? Are they thinking? Are they talking? Are they moving? Are they imagining? Are they solving a problem? Are they connecting with someone? Or are they mostly sitting still while the product does all the work? Because sometimes the toy that looks smart gives the child less to do. It lights up, it talks, it asks the question, it gives the answer, it celebrates, it starts the next round. The child presses a button and the toy performs. But with simple toys, something different happens. A block does not tell the child what it is, so the child decides. Today it's a tower, tomorrow it's a phone, next week it is food for a pretend animal. A cardboard box can become a house, a car, a rocket, or a hiding place. A doll can become part of a story. A ball can become a game. A spoon can become a drum. When the toy does less, the child's brain often does more. That is one of the biggest aha moments for parents. The most educational toy is not always the one that teaches the alphabet out loud. Sometimes the best toy is the one that leaves space for the child to create the lesson. This matters especially for language. A talking toy may say, "Red circle, blue square, great job," but it does not truly notice your child. It does not see that your child is confused. It does not respond to the funny face your child just made. It does not follow your child's attention in a flexible way. It does not say, "Oh, you picked the red one again. You really like that color. Should we put it on top?" Real conversation changes with the child. It follows their gaze. It responds to their sounds. It gives words to what they are doing. It pauses. It waits. It invites them back. Children do not just need words spoken near them. They need words connected to their actions, feelings, attention, and relationships. This is why a quiet child is not always a learning child. That line may sound surprising, because when a child is quiet in front of an educational video, many adults feel relieved. The child is calm. The room is peaceful. The content looks useful.
But quiet does not always mean deep focus. Sometimes quiet means the child is passively absorbed. Sometimes quiet means the screen is doing all the work of holding attention. Sometimes quiet means the child is being entertained, not actively learning. And of course, every parent needs quiet moments. There are dishes to wash, emails to answer, babies to feed, meals to cook, long car rides to survive. Using screens or electronic toys sometimes does not make someone a bad parent. The real issue is when the word educational makes us stop asking questions, because educational screen time can still replace something important. It can replace pretend play. It can replace outdoor movement. It can replace boredom. It can replace back and forth conversation. It can replace shared reading. It can replace the child learning how to start play on their own. So instead of only asking, is this educational, ask, what is this replacing? That one question changes everything. If an educational video helps a parent get through a difficult moment, that may be reasonable. But if it replaces most of the child's free play, movement, sleep, conversation, or family connection, then the label educational does not protect the child from imbalance. Screen time is not just about minutes. It is about content, timing, context, age, and what happens before and after. A slow, age-appropriate video watched with a parent who talks about it is different from fast, flashy content watched alone for long periods. A child using an app for a few minutes with support is different from a child needing a screen every time they feel bored, frustrated, or uncomfortable. And this brings us to another hidden problem. Children need small moments of boredom. Not endless boredom, not neglect, not being ignored, but little empty spaces. A quiet afternoon, a few minutes waiting, a toy that does not immediately entertain them, a moment where they have to ask, what can I do now?
That question can be the beginning of imagination, but when every boring moment is filled with a screen, an app, or a toy that performs instantly, children may get fewer chances to practice creating their own play. A little boredom is not a parenting failure. Sometimes boredom is the doorway into creativity. Now, let's talk about why this trap is so easy to fall into. Parents today are surrounded by pressure. Start early, build the brain, prepare for school, teach letters sooner, teach numbers faster. Do not let your child fall behind. So when a toy promises learning, it feels like protection. When an app says it supports development, it feels responsible. When a video says it is educational, it feels safer than cartoons. Educational marketing works because parents care deeply. It turns love into urgency. It turns worry into a purchase. It makes parents feel that if they do not buy the toy, download the app, or allow the video, they might be missing an opportunity. But young children do not need every moment to become a lesson. A toddler does not need a perfect learning environment. They need a rich human environment. They learn when you talk during snack time. They learn when they help sort socks. They learn when they pour water from one cup to another. They learn when they build a tower and it falls. They learn when they pretend a banana is a phone. They learn when you read the same book for the 10th time. They learn when they wait for a turn, ask for help, name a feeling, and try again after frustration. School readiness is not just knowing letters and numbers. It also includes attention, language, curiosity, self-control, social skills, confidence, and the ability to keep trying. And many of those skills grow through ordinary play. So how can parents tell whether a toy, app, or video is truly useful? Here is a simple 5-question filter. First, does it make my child active or passive? Second, does it invite conversation? Third, does it leave room for imagination? Fourth, is my child calmer and more connected afterward or more dysregulated? And fifth, what would my child be doing if this product was not here? Those 5 questions are more useful than the word on the package. Because educational should not mean the product teaches while the child receives. It should mean the product supports the child in thinking, talking, moving, imagining, solving, and connecting. This does not mean all screens are bad. It does not mean all electronic toys are harmful. It does not mean parents must throw away every talking toy or feel guilty every time a child watches a learning video. Some media can be useful. Some apps can be thoughtfully designed. Some electronic toys can be fun in moderation. But the richest learning usually happens when children are not just being shown information, they are participating in life. So here is the real message. You do not have to buy the smartest toy to be a good parent. You do not have to turn every quiet moment into a lesson. And you do not have to believe that a product is better for your child just because it sounds educational. Sometimes the most powerful learning looks very simple.
A child stacking blocks, a parent describing what they see, a pretend tea party, a shared book, a walk outside, a messy drawing, a few minutes of boredom that turns into an idea. The goal is not a perfect childhood with no screens and only wooden toys. The goal is balance. Educational products can support learning, but they should not replace the things children need most: real play, real movement, real conversation, real rest, and real connection. So the next time a toy, app, or video says, "This will teach your child," pause for a second. Do not just ask, "What does this product teach?" Ask, "What does this product invite my child to do?" Because the best learning does not always come from the product with the loudest promise. Sometimes it comes from the quietest moments. So the goal is not to remove every screen or throw away every talking toy. The goal is to notice whether the product is supporting your child's learning or replacing the experiences that build it.